This is Vietnam, a beautiful country with rich culture, breathtaking landscape, and delicious food. During November last year, I was fortunate enough to spend 10 days in this beautiful country. 10 days of amazing temples and pagodas, scenic countrysides, lots of UNESCO World Heritage Sites, and of course, mouth-watering foods. In this video series, I'll be taking you to my time in northern Vietnam, the places I've been to, the activities I did, the food I ate, and bunch of other information. So without a further ado, let's get started. We started our journey from Kolkata and reached Hanoi almost 3 past midnight. During November 2023, Indians did require a visa to enter Vietnam. I already had applied for the visa and got all the paperwork ready with me, so we didn't face any issue at the immigration. However, as on 2024, Vietnam is visa free for Indians. After immigration and baggage claim, I took out some cash from ATM and bought a tourist SIM card. In Vietnam, there are mainly two prominent SIM card providers, Viettel and Vinaphone. I took a tourist SIM of Vinaphone for $10 for 10 days to match my requirement. You can go ahead with Viettel as well. I have used Vinaphone for my travel and never faced any issue in connection and internet speed. There are several currency exchange outlets you will find in Hanoi airport, where you can easily exchange your native currency with Vietnamese dong. However, the exchange rates in these outlets are not that good. I would suggest you to exchange your currency at one of the many gold shops in Hanoi Old Quarter for a better exchange rate. I actually exchanged most of my euros in one of those gold shops in Hanoi Old Quarter only. More on this in upcoming videos. After that, we wanted to have some breakfast and settle for a banh mi, our first Vietnamese cuisine of the trip. And it was a great meal to start the day. At around 7, our car picked us up from Hanoi airport and we were off to SaPa, our first destination. I booked the ride from Hanoi to SaPa through 12 Go Asia site at $21 per person, which was a pretty decent deal. The journey to SaPa from Hanoi took almost 5 hours. The roads were very good and the view was very scenic. In between, we also stopped few times for some refreshments as well. At around 12, we reached our hotel in SaPa. The car dropped us directly to our hotel, which was a plus point. We stayed at SaPa Odyssey Hotel, which was a budget hotel at $23 per night. We opted for a valley view room and I must say the view from the room was spectacular. Let me quickly show you our room. And this is the view I was talking about. In front of me, the entire Muang Va Valley. And there you can see SaPa Square. And there is the famous Fancy Pan range. So after freshen up, we rented a scooter and went to SaPa Square for lunch. Renting a scooter in SaPa is very standard and hassle-free. Our scooter rent was 150,000 Vietnamese dong and 1 liter of gasoline worth of 30,000 Vietnamese dong for one day. They generally keeps your passport as a guarantee. If you are not conversant with driving a scooter, I would recommend not to drive a scooter in SaPa, as SaPa is hill station and they drive right side of the road. After a delicious lunch in one of the roadside restaurants, we headed off to Cat Village, our first destination in SaPa. The Cat village is situated at the bottom of the Moonwalk valley, and we reached there in no time. While going to the village, you can see the cable cars at distance. These cable cars are actually going to the Fansipan peak. The entry to Cat village is not free, and you have to pay an entrance fee of 100,000 Vietnamese dong per person. As the village is actually at the bottom of the valley, there are a lot of stairs. Cat village is one of the main attractions of SaPa, so it gets a little touristy of course, so be ready to see a lot of people. I must say the village is very good to look at and stroll into. There are so many picture perfect spots in Cat village. There are waterfalls, water streams, natural Ferris wheel and whatnot. You will find there are a lot of picture perfect spots for your Instagram in Cat village. The Cat village is aesthetically built to attract tourists, and that is why it is one of the most visited places in SaPa. The village is full with lot of cafes and souvenir shops. So if you are looking to buy some souvenirs, you can definitely check those places. You will find there are a lot of Vietnamese models who are actually doing photo shoots in their traditional attire. As you are at the bottom of the valley, be aware that you need to climb a lot of stairs while going up at the end of your trip. After Catcat village tour, we returned to our hotel to get rest for few hours. At around 7, we again got out to walk around SaPa lake. I must say SaPa lake looks magical when it's dark and lights are turned on. There are so many restaurants and shops around this place. We just took a stroll around SaPa lake and SaPa market.
Ngày hôm nay thì Alibaba sẽ không xuất phát ra từ đầu, sẽ xuất phát từ After walking around for almost an hour, we were really hungry and decided to have pho in our dinner. After a healthy dinner, we strolled again for a few minutes in SaPa Square and finally called it a day. Tomorrow we have a big day ahead of us as we are going to Fansipan, the tallest mountain in the entire Indochina range. Here is some glimpse of tomorrow's video. You definitely don't wanna miss that, so stay tuned.